Story begins with a young man named Hayato Kasukabe. He returned years after leaving his grandmother's cafe, but she has died. He entered the cafe and then went to one of the rooms. He didn't find anyone, so he sat alone. But suddenly he heard a girl's voice. What's going on? Is the house haunted by ghosts? A few moments later, a beautiful girl in lingerie appears in front of him. No one understands what is happening. She started screaming at the top of her voice. He ran away but found another girl completely naked. It's a shock. He started running because he doesn't understand what's going on. The house should be empty. The third girl, the fourth girl, the fifth girl. What the hell is going on? He got shocked by this surprise. Then one of the girls came to him. She beat him because she thinks he's a thief. Then they tied him up. But they found out the truth. The girls don't want to free him because he saw them naked. He wants to know what the girls are doing in his house and also wants to know the girl's relationship with that crone. The girl said they were that old woman's family. This girl's name is Akane Haoji. She said that the old woman hosted the girls in the cafe, and also she said that the old man wanted the girls to become her family. This girl's name is Ami Tsuruga. She is a member of the karate club. She is getting excited because she wants to continue living inside this cafe. But Aoka Makusawa does not want a strange man to live among them. She asked him to return to Tokyo, but he became very angry and said that he was the real owner of the house, so he had the right to evict strangers from his house. But Aoka said that he had left his grandmother alone for 3 years. She said they paid for her funeral. Everyone started looking at him pessimistically. He got shy and said he actually had a fight with his grandmother before he entered high school. He also heard the news of his grandmother's death late. He said that he would pay them the costs, but first they had to untie him. Then he told them to leave his house immediately. In the evening, the girls went to the beach. Everyone is worried that Hayato will kick them out of the house. So Aoka said, "We should ignore him just in order to continue living inside the house for a long time." In fact, Hayato doesn't just want to evict the girls. He plans to demolish the house and cafe in order to build a parking space. Because this place is full of visitors in the summer, he just wants money. This girl's name is Riho Tsukishima. She is angry now because she doesn't have the money to live somewhere else. The girls want to know Ami's opinion on the subject. She becomes angry because she is the only girl Hayato has ever seen naked. She is just thinking about this. But Riho said that there are other options for living at home. She said that men always show strength and hardness, but there are deviant thoughts inside their minds all the time. She said that men are like monkeys. Meanwhile, Hayato was thinking of a way in order to kick the girls out of the house. He was remembering when he cursed his grandmother while going to high school. But suddenly Aoka comes to him. She was dressed as a maid. She also asked him to come to have dinner with them, but she called him sir. The poor girl became shy. She remembered Riho's diabolical plan. The plan is simply to seduce Hayato. She was feeling nervous and shy. Hayato said he would pay her money for making dinner. She wants to cook balaf, but he wants fried chicken. She doesn't know how to cook chicken. And that's because she completely burned him. He started doing complex calculations, but she didn't understand anything. Now it's Ami's turn to seduce Hayato, and she's already wearing very tight clothes. She wants Hayato to go running with her in the evening. He said that these methods do not work for him, and also told her, "Are you really going to go out in such tight clothes?" So she got desperate and said that it was impossible for me to go out in these clothes. At night they made dinner. The girls laughed and enjoyed the meals, but Hayato was sitting alone. Suddenly Riho told him that the bathroom is ready, and he actually went to the bathroom, but he remembered his grandmother again. He told her that he wanted to finish his studies in order to work, in order to become rich. But his grandmother said she only wanted a little money, after which he began to imagine that the girls came to him in order to wash his back. Then he noticed the door of the cafe was open, so he went, but he found Akane. He became angry because smoking is forbidden inside the cafe. This is strange. She said that she composes some songs to her band. That's why she came here, because it's quiet. He went to his room, but he doesn't know that the girls are preparing a trap for him. And actually this girl named Shirajuku won. She drank, then she went to Hayato's room, and she actually took off her clothes. Meanwhile, Riho wanted to shoot a video in order to threaten Hayato. But suddenly Ami comes. She beat Hayato with all the force, and also said that the girls are under her protection. In the morning, there are some people who came to consult with Hayato because he wants to demolish the cafe. But this person broke the shop sign. Hayato remembered his grandmother when she opened the shop, so he became sad. He also decided to keep this sign because it is dear to his heart, because it was his grandmother who raised him when his parents died. Then Oka brought a balaf dish to him, and indeed, when he tasted it, he remembered his grandmother. He began to cry because he wished his grandmother would see him go to university. He wanted revenge on the people who made fun of his grandmother. He asked Alka about how his grandmother died. She said she was laughing before she died. He became happy because his grandmother had died and she was happy. Then he looked at the ledger, but the ledger was all in a mess. He is surprised because the cafe has not gone bankrupt yet. Then he said that he was going to run this cafe. Everyone was shocked by this sudden talk. But then they agreed to live together in this house. He asked them to introduce themselves. And now these girls are going to work in this cafe that will be run by Hayato. Will these girls succeed in business, or are they the devils of poverty who will bankrupt the cafe? This girl said she doesn't want to cook because her nails will come off. Ami doesn't want to clean because her specialty is to dirty the place. The beautiful Akane suffers from blood pressure, so she can't get up early in the morning. Shurajiku doesn't know what to say. Also, Alka hates cleaning. So Hayato got angry and asked them to stop complaining. He also said that they should share business because they live together. But Ami said that grandma was doing all these chores alone. She was cooking and doing laundry every day. So Hayato got angry and said that the girls had killed his grandmother because of the hard work. But Shurajiku said that she doesn't hate cooking and cleaning, so she will do all the work alone. Hayato of course disagrees because it's not fair. He wants everyone to participate in the business. And now they are going to start cleaning up the place. The girls finally agreed. Ami was playing in the bathroom. Akane was frozen in place like a statue. Alka was actually working. But Hayato comes to her and started throwing orders at her, so she got angry. But suddenly he accidentally saw her underwear. But suddenly Riho comes. She told her that her underwear is completely exposed. So Alka felt embarrassed and fell down. But she hit Hayato on the face because he had seen her clothes. Then he went to the laundry. But when Oka came, she screamed because he was going to hang up her underwear. But he was making fun of this and said that it was just an undergarment, nothing more, nothing less. So the girls began to look at him with very terrifying looks. He began to apologize because he did not want to die at an early age. And also she asked him to clean the cafe in order to punish him. And he actually went to clean the cafe. But when he saw the coffee machine, he remembered his grandmother again when he used to make fun of the coffee machine because it was old-fashioned. But his grandmother said that this machine is one of the best types, and also said that I am her favorite machine. He wants to clean it, but Shurajiku comes to him and says that this machine is very important for grandma, so he has to be careful while cleaning. And also she told him that dinner is ready, but he doesn't want to eat now, so she told him that he should come now, and the reason is the promise they made to grandma. That is, they should always eat their food together like a family. And they actually had dinner together, and also got to meditate on the cherry trees. Really, the table was very beautiful. Then he went to the bathroom, but Alka came to him, and of course an awkward situation happened between them. She asked him to put a sign on the door saying, "The bathroom is busy." Then Ami came and she was very angry, and she actually beat Hayato very hard. The next day is the opening day, but Hayato doesn't want to open right away, so he decided to practice with the girls first on the job. He said that as the owner of the cafe he should at least learn to make coffee. He asked Alka to play the waitress. She was arrogant and also said that the coffee that Hayato would make, it will be very disgusting. But Hayato was very confident in himself. He was watching his grandmother make coffee in the past. So he started making a cup of coffee in the manner of his late grandmother. And he actually made the coffee quickly. But he was shocked because the coffee tasted so bad. The poor man was disappointed because it was impossible that he could sell this coffee. At night, Hayato was practicing making coffee, but he didn't know how to, so Akane came to him. He asked her to make a cup of coffee because she was making fun of him. And in fact, he became shocked because Akane is very skilled at it, because she learned to make coffee from his grandmother. He went to her and asked her to teach him. Then he felt ashamed and told her to teach me please. She smiled and told him that he was very cute, so he got shy and was about to go. But she grabbed his hand and apologized to him. He told her that she was very shy when she smiled. He wanted her to be ashamed, but she was very cold. Then he goes to the bathroom, but Ami comes to him, so she hits him again, because she is stupid and always does not understand what is happening. The next day, he took Riho with him to buy the goods, but Riho handled all the purchases, because he didn't know what to do. Then they went to the temple in order to receive God's blessing, but she told him to respect his assistants, and also to bow down when he asked for something. He felt guilty and understood, so he went to apologize to the rest of the girls. But she is going up to a high place. She lifted her skirt so that Hayato could see her clothes clearly. She wants to do this thing in order to apologize to him, because she acted cruelly with him a little while ago. but he is nervous, and also he made a fall because he could not stand this table. The next morning Hayato was doing his laundry, but the annoying Aoka comes to him. She doesn't want her clothes to mix with his clothes. The reason is that she said that Hayato's clothes are strange and disgusting clothes, but Hayato said that he did it in order to avoid expensive electricity and water bill. Then when he was working on the computer, Riho came to him. She noticed that the relationship between Hayato and Aoka is never good, so she suggested that he improve that relationship. She also told him to make an effort at it. He is angry because this girl is so rude, but nevertheless he began to think of a way in order to tame this wild animal. But suddenly Akane comes to him. She said that he should praise her and also he should tell her that you are a tax. He said that praise does not work with them, so she was ashamed. Then Aoka told him to hurry up to prepare the cafe for the opening. He hates her very much, so he asked her to shut her mouth. He does not want to take orders from the waitress, but he did not complete the sentence because he remembered the words of Akane and Aoka. He must improve his relationship with the staff. So he said that she was impressive, but his facial features were strange. She hit him on the face and said that his facial features are provocative. Although Hayato really praised her, but she wants him to smile at her in a romantic way. Really, this girl is very annoying. Then Shurajiku came. She said that Hayato is not a bad person, but Ami told her yes, he is not bad, he is just a little perverted. At night, he was sitting alone and also making some coffee. Then he went to his room, but Riho came to him. She asked him to go to Aoka in order to tell her that the bathroom is ready. And he actually went to her, but he found her in the maid's clothes. She said that she was trying on the outfit that she would work in tomorrow. He was shocked by this surprise. She said that the grandmother said that this outfit was funny. He started telling her that she became great when she wore this outfit. He said that she was annoying, but this outfit made her look beautiful. He is shocked because now he has insulted her, but the opposite happened. She smiled and said that his words were nice. He was surprised by the reaction because he praised the clothes and not Aoka. But in fact, she made the clothes, so she is very happy. She said that Grandma told her that Hayato never knows lies. He wondered why the girls believed Grandma's words. Is it holy words or what? At the same moment Shurajiku comes. She is doing strange things because she is drunk because of the wine that was put in the food. Ami also came. She took some pictures in order to threaten Hayato. This is a trifle. The next day, Hayato was working on the computer again. But Ami came to him. She wanted to know exactly what he was doing, so he immediately fired her. After they had a meeting, he gave them last month's wages. Everyone is shocked, but he said that he had been investing in stocks for a long time. And fortunately those stocks have increased in value, so he won't have financial problems anymore. In the evening, Hayato was sitting alone by the sea, but Ami came to him. They started talking about Grandma, and also started joking with each other. Then she decided to go home. But suddenly she said that the most precious things break easily. She apologized and said to him, "If something precious to you broke because of me, I'm sorry." He didn't understand anything, but when he came home, he found his phone and laptop in a terrible state. They broke. It was stupid Ami who broke the phone and computer, and that's because she was carrying tea and weights at the same time, so the weights fell on the computer and the phone. Now Hayato is angry and is about to kill Ami, but meanwhile Shurajiku comes. She said that the company in which Hayato was investing shares has been bankrupt due to a major scandal. The poor guy is going to have a stroke because of the bad news. He decided to sell the shares immediately, but he can't because the computer doesn't work. Ami started doing perverted things, so he lost his mind and was about to kill stupid Ami. Finally, it was time for the cafe to open. The girls put on a uniform. He asked the girls to work hard to revive the cafe again. Oka told him to avoid fights with customers who misbehave. Only he had to ask them to leave. And indeed, a few moments later some men came to the cafe. Of course they ordered a cup of coffee, and they really liked the taste and also found out that the owner of the cafe is the grandson of the previous owner, and she is a grandmother. The cafe is now full of customers. Everyone is happy because of the good treatment by the girls. But suddenly an old person comes. Hayato remembered this person when he was insulting his grandmother. He became insulting Hayato, and also said that he was the reason why the cafe continued, because this person gave the grandmother a sum of money. He asked Hayato to bow down in order to thank him. This person was extremely provocative, but Hayato was very cold. He didn't want problems from the first day, so he made a bow, but he kept insulting Grandma. So the girls attacked him. Hayato stopped them, but this old man insulted Shurajiku in a perverted way. He lifted her skirt, so Hayato became angry and kicked him out of the cafe. The important thing is that the cafe has customers, but there are few customers. Hayato began to feel despair and frustration because he is bankrupt. He thought that the cafe would bring him a lot of money on the first day, so he has prepared a plan in order to get out of trouble. There is a big festival held once a year. This festival is attended by people from different places from Japan. So he will take a cart with some of the products that the cafe sells in order to promote them at the festival. Everyone is starting to produce some new foods. Shirajuku wants to make some biscuits with concentrated flour alcohol. Hayato is surprised by this thing, but she said that this is something light that people can eat while walking. She said it's safe even for the boys, but in the meantime Riho comes. She wants to help them prepare anything. He asked her to leave because there was nothing that needed her help, so she got so angry. Hayato said he was going to give her the cafe while he was going to the festival. He said that she is a genius, so she will succeed in running the cafe. Of course he is lying, but she easily believed his words. She became excited and happy, then she left. So Shirajuku finished making cookies, but he asked her how she made her a skilled cook. She said that when she was little she went with her father to a restaurant. From that moment she became interested in learning to cook. Also she said that the smell that was in that restaurant is similar to the smell of Hayato when he sweats. He became shy because the girl behaves in a strange way, but she said that she was joking with him no more and no less. But after a few seconds she jumped on him in a respectful way. She said that he smelled nice and she couldn't restrain herself. So she pounced on him. He didn't know what exactly was happening. She began to say that the smell of men's sweat contains something that excites women, so now she wants to do several things with him. Literally she began to undress him. He really doesn't know what's going on, but then he finds out that the reason is the smell of alcohol that she put on the biscuit. She got drunk just because of the smell. She really is poor. Moments after Riho comes to the kitchen, she becomes angry because she thinks Hayato has taken a break with Shirajuku in order to do other things with her. He said he didn't mean to, but Shirajuku started saying perverted things, so Riho intervened immediately. Meanwhile, Aoka has developed work clothes, but she asked Ami what kind of work she wants to work in the future. But Ami said that she wants to become a justice heroine who eliminates villains. Really, she's stupid. But a few moments later, Hayato comes to them. He was in a nervous state, so he took flowers from Aoka. Everyone is shocked because Shirajuku was running after Hayato, but the problem is that she was completely naked. So he put flowers on the open places, but Aoka and Ami beat him up because he is a villain who exploits girls. At night, he was sitting with Akane. He said that he didn't know what he would serve to people at the festival. It was impossible for him to serve biscuits mixed with alcohol. So Akane said that she has a complete menu that she made with grandma. This list contains a large number of meals and foods for spring. He got so happy he asked her to give him that list. The day of the festival came. They actually brought several different foods with some coffee, but some merchants came and offered some foods to Hayato. He didn't want that, but Ami took them all. Meanwhile, Aoka was sleeping, but Ami came to her and put food in her mouth. She woke up because she was about to die. Then she went to wash her face, but suddenly she found strange people looking at her in a frightening way. And actually she was late coming back, so Ami said she probably slept in the bathroom. But Hayato heard her voice asking for help, and these people really wanted to take her to drink with them. She rushed to Hayato and told him to help her. He said that this girl works for him so they can't take her. The bastards are getting angry. But traders and people get involved in the problem. They want them to leave or they will call the police, and they actually left immediately. At night, everyone is happy that the plan is going smoothly. Hayato said that they have to work hard on the second day of the festival in order to get perfect results. The next day they went to the festival, but they found the place where they sell completely wrecked. The actor is that person who came yesterday with his friends. That young man is the grandson of the old man who previously insulted Grandma's cafe. He has influence in the city, so he is not afraid of anything. Hayato decided to withdraw from this festival in order not to cause problems for the rest of the merchants. On the way, Aoka apologizes because she is the reason, but he says he has a second plan, so he asks her for help. And they actually returned to the cafe and equipped a mobile cart. This cart was made by Grandma before the cafe opened. He decided to create a page on social networking sites in order to promote the cafe. And they actually took the cart, but they were surprised by the huge number of customers. The materials had run out, so Ami was running to the cafe in order to get supplies. At night, when Hayato was coming home with the girls, he found the people who smashed his cart at the festival. He said that this is a crime, but this person does not care and beat Hayato. But Ami came and defeated the people with him. She was about to eliminate that old man's grandson, but she collapsed due to fatigue. Suddenly she shot some flowers into his eye, and in fact she easily defeated him. She said that this is a secret weapon that she created in order to eliminate the villains. People are surprised because this girl is strong, but Hayato said that the strongest girl in the cafe is the rabid bitch Ami, so they immediately ran away. He recorded the words that the person said, and also he said that he did all this in order that they would not smash the cart again. Because it was Aoka who designed it, she began to look towards Hayato with admiration. Then they went back to the cafe for dinner. Already the next morning, the cafe became full of customers. There are only Hayato and Shirajuku in the cafe, so there is a difficulty in dealing with customers. But suddenly Riho comes. She said that she knew that this thing was going to happen, so she quickly quit school in order to help with work. And actually she did it. At night Hayato was feeling tired and very exhausted because of business. He didn't want to have dinner because he just wanted to sleep, but Ami wanted to eat his food. Then Akane asked Riho, is she feeling well after working all day? She really was feeling tired, but she told her I'm fine. Everyone went to sleep. Hayato wanted to go to the bathroom, but he noticed that there was a light in one of the rooms, so he went there and actually found Riho awake and she was working on the computer. He asked her about the work she was doing at this late hour, so she said that she was posting some photos of the cafe on her social media pages in order to get more customers. But Hayato asked her why she works so hard even though she is a part-time worker, nothing more, nothing less. She became sad and told him that this cafe saved her thanks to Grandma, so she wants to protect the cafe at all costs. She wants to bring more customers. But Hayato calmly told her that he can't let her do this tiring job for a cheap price. He just wants her to do the job in a normal way like any waitress. But she began to look at him in a strange way, and also she began to remember the past. And that's when one of the ladies said to her, I don't know if this is her mother or not. The important thing is she was making fun and said that Riho is pathetic. She was on the street without any shelter, so she wanted to work hard. So she told him, does hard work make me pathetic? He thought she was having a nervous breakdown because her condition was strange. So he said he wanted to be fair. But she began to remember Grandma. When she accepted her like her daughter, she allowed her to work and stay in the cafe. Then she started crying. So he put his hand on her head and told her to stop crying because he would take care of her. She felt tender. But then she told him that she was not a child. She was 2 years older than him. Then he left the room, but she was ashamed. She fell in love with Hayato. In the morning, everyone was joking, but Hayato said that he wanted to launch an attack with a new strategy in order to consolidate the spoils of war. He was really obsessed with the cafe thing, so Oka criticized him. Then Akane said that she was busy with one of the things this day, so she went. Hayato doesn't know the reason because today is a day off. So Aka said that Akane does concerts and plays guitar with her band members. She also doesn't want her friends to go to those concerts because the band is not very good. So Riho said that maybe she might be involved in something perverted. But the stupid Ami said that the thing Akane was involved in was selling squid. Then Hayato went to buy a toaster oven, and he actually bought the cheapest type in the store. Then he decided to go to see a movie, but he heard some girls talking about the beauty of the singer Akane. He felt a little excited but decided to go on his way, looking for a special movie to watch. In one of the music clubs, there is a big show of one of the bands. The singer was Akane. There really is a big audience that loves her. She was singing and also playing at the same time. Really, she was a failed singer. I mean a popular singer among people. The song was motivational about the difficult challenges of life. But at the same time, Hayato was watching her from afar. So he intercepted her after the show and told her that he needed to help her buy dinner items. She felt ashamed because Hayato said that he had watched the show moments before and also he criticized her song. So she put her hand on her face and said, I want to die. So he told her not to worry because he wouldn't tell the rest of the girls. Then they got on the train. He said he would work on the cafe until she could save money from music. But she said that she practices singing in order to entertain herself and get rid of boredom. Nothing more and nothing less. She said that there was no point in singing because she didn't have the talent. But Hayato motivated her and said that he bought one of her CDs because that song affected his heart. She smiled and thanked him. A week later, the weather was nice so the girls felt comfortable and relaxed. Everyone was talking about Hayato. But Riho said why Hayato doesn't feel anything even though he lives with 5 tax girls. Some are nervous. Ayuka is angry that he saw her naked and also Ami the same. But Riho said that it all happened because of a misunderstanding. Then Akane said that she wants to change the name of the band. Everyone wants to know the name. but they are shocked because the name is Mussy Mustache Girls. Then they started talking about their fate after the end of the year. This one said that Hayato would kick them out of the house and bring in new employees. But Shurajiku said that maybe he will get married. Everyone became shocked. Everyone said they didn't want to marry Hayato, but in fact everyone wanted to. But suddenly Akane said that she wanted to. Everyone is shocked by this sudden speech. But then she said that she was joking. Meanwhile Hayato comes, but Ami jumps on him so he almost dies. She didn't mean it, but he was angry and he wanted to cut her to pieces. The next day Riho came home from studying, but suddenly she heard strange talk inside the kitchen between Hayato and Shurajiku. She thinks that something perverted is happening between them, so she quickly entered. But she didn't find anything. She was teaching him how to make a sandwich. So she wants to join them and help them prepare the sandwich. But suddenly he becomes ashamed, so Shurajiku said that he is the owner of the cafe, so he should do these things naturally. Riho also said the same thing, so he put his hand on her head and said thank you. She smiled at first but got angry and hit him on the hand. Then she continued to teach him how to make a good sandwich with meat. But Riho was very jealous, so she stopped them. She said that the way of making this sandwich is an old way, so Hayato has to learn a fashionable way that suits young people. She said that it was Grandma who invented this recipe, but Hayato said that Grandma is old, so Shurajiku became very angry. Then she asked him, did he eat a sandwich prepared by Grandma before or not? But he said no, so she got excited and said that she would make one for him now Grandma style. In return, Riho will prepare a sandwich suitable for young people, and indeed after a few moments they have completed cooking. But he does not want to choose because he does not want to make an insult during the selection. So he said that his stomach is already full, and he cannot eat more. Then he left the girls in the kitchen. At night during dinner, Ami admired the sandwich made by Hayato, so he became ashamed. After a while, Ami started to behave in a strange way. Everyone noticed this. She became calm. She always wants to clean the cafe, and also she gave up on stupid and strange actions, and this is strange. But Akane told Hayato that Ami was defeated by one blow in a karate match, so she switched. He went to her in order to motivate her, but she was feeling very desperate. She said that her coach told her that there are impossible things that we can't achieve even by working hard, and what is meant here is talent. So Ayuka is angry with the words that the coach said, but Hayato said that the coach's words are true to a certain extent. Then he told her that she already has the talent, but she behaves stupidly sometimes, so he gave her some advice and asked her to keep trying. And actually she returned to normal, but suddenly a disaster happens. She dropped weights on the new computer that Hayato bought. He became angry, but she suggested something decent to him. And actually this time he did that thing. Ayuka is shocked by the scene in front of her, so she dropped the weights on his phone. He started chasing her around the house in order to do that decent thing with her, which is to catch the fruit. Even from the stupid Ami, she was in shock from the command that Hayato did. The next day, the cafe was full of customers. Shurajiku was absent-minded, so Hayato alerted her a little. Ami was very active, but she broke some dishes because of her stupidity. This stress was due to too many orders. The rest of the girls have to come now in order to help, so he asked Riho for help. She doesn't hear him, so he went to her and asked her to come quickly. But she doesn't want that because she has work to do today. He wanted to convince her that he needed her help, but she was very stubborn and didn't want to work. He decided to ask for help from the rest of the girls, but Riho blocked him from entering. But he ignored her and entered the room, and he actually found the girls, but the girls are changing their clothes. So they hit Hayato on the face. At night he would do the dishes and clean the kitchen, but he was very tired from the day's work. He began to say that he had over-relied on the girls. He did not want to exploit them for his personal interests, so he decided to go to them in order to say that they were strangers. But when he came in, he found a surprise. The girls prepared a small party for the 2-month anniversary of the opening of the cafe. He wondered when they did all this, the fact that Riho was the one who planned everything. Do you remember when Hayato went to Riho in order to ask her for help? At that moment, she was preparing the party, so she asked the girls to take off their clothes because underwear is Hayato's weak point, so that he wouldn't find out about the party. And actually he was surprised by all these things and thanked the girls. Meanwhile, a call comes to Akane. The caller is her mother, then the episode ends. The next day, while Shurajiku was doing the dishes, Akane came to her. She said that the breakfast was very tasty, so Shurajiku became embarrassed. Then Akane went to Ami, but she was shocked. Stupid Ami was doing something stupid again. She asked her why she was acting this way. So Ami said that there was something hurting her because of the fight that happened between her and Hayato. He became ashamed and said that the reason he did this was because Ami broke his computer. So Akane gets weird, but she tells him that Ami is after all a girl, so he shouldn't be acting rough with her. But at the same time she reproached Ami because the weights should not be practiced in a small place full of people. But everyone has noticed Akane's strange behavior. No one knows the real reason behind it, but I think the reason is that sudden phone call that happened during the party. The cafe was working well. It was full of more customers than when Grandma was running the cafe. Everyone is asking why, so Akane said that the reason was the uniform that Aoka made. She blushed at that speech that Akane said. At night after dinner is over, Akane said she feels a little tired, so she will take a shower and go to sleep. But everyone was looking for the reason for these strange actions. She was a difficult girl, but now she has become completely different. When she went to the shower, she was only thinking about one thing, and that was the family. Then she went to the kitchen, but Hayato was there. They started talking and joking with each other, but Hayato said she was going to leave the cafe. She was very shocked and nervous. So he said that lately she has been acting in a different way from her previous nature. He said that he analyzed the matter and came to one conclusion: she is going to leave this place. She said it's true because of a family matter. She's going to be going this weekend on vacation. So she asked Hayato for something strange. This made Hayato feel ashamed and embarrassed. But she said that she was joking with him, no more and no less. He said he only wanted one thing before going. He wanted her to go out with him on a date tomorrow, and of course she was totally okay with that. The next day, it is very rainy, but nevertheless Hayato and Akane have gone on a date. The rest of the girls are shocked by what is happening with Akane and Hayato. No one expected that Hayato would ever do this. Aoka was shocked. Ami was sad. Shurajiku said that it was impossible for Hayato to do this. She said that Akane was the one who asked him to do it. Meanwhile, Hayato was sitting with her coldly. In fact, he wants to talk with Akane about the topic of her leaving the cafe. He wants to talk about this topic away from the rest of the girls. She started to remember Grandma when the same thing happened to her, but even so she said that she never wants to talk to Hayato about it. She just wants to quit work and leave. So he asked her to go back to the cafe, and they really came back. But he asked her to make him a coffee, and she really did. Then she decided to talk about this important topic. She said that her family owns a trading company, but her father died young, so her family needs her to return home in order to run that company. But the real problem is that she has to get married. Her family has already found someone in order to marry Akane. But Akane never knows that person. She doesn't want to marry someone she doesn't like. So she asked her family to give her no more than a year to think about this. And her family actually agreed to it. At that time she started a band, and she also joined a cafe for work. But during the party, her mother called her. She said that the period was over and Akane should quickly return home. He listens to all this story, but he said that Akane lied. She got nervous and asked him why she would lie to him. So he said that this coffee tastes very bad, that's why. Meanwhile, the girls came to her and begged her to stay with them. They don't want Akane to leave because she is part of the family. She became sad and said that in fact she does not want to leave this place, but her mother will come soon in order to take her by force. She became tearful and made a favor request from Hayato. She wants him to do something in order to help her stay in the cafe. And actually the next day they met the mother. She said that she didn't have much time, so Hayato had to do the talk quickly. He said that Akane had something she wanted to say. Akane was nervous because she didn't know that Hayato was going to throw the ball to her. And indeed, she expressed the situation with sadness. She said that she needed more time to think about it. But her mother refused everything. She began to mock her because of her clothes and hairstyle. She said that she should now go home. At that moment Hayato spoke harshly to Akane. He made fun of her because she couldn't say no to her mother. He made fun of her determination. So she decided to express herself in a different way. And that is by preparing a cup of coffee to her mother. The mother is surprised because she thinks that her daughter can't prepare anything. But Akane wants to prove something different to her mother, and she actually went to make some coffee for her mother. She said that this is the result of the year she left the house. Hayato asked the mother to focus on the taste and flavor of coffee mainly. She tasted coffee, and in fact she found it tasted very excellent. She started talking about herself when she was young. She said that the work she was doing was making her happy more than the family business. Then she agreed to let her daughter live the life she wanted in this cafe. But in the meantime, the girls came in. They start yelling at the mother because she wants to take Akane, so Hayato intervenes, but Ami comes and knocks him to the ground. But at that moment, Akane said that she will be able to live here thanks to Hayato. The girls are shocked by this sudden speech. And actually the mother has already gone, but before that, she greeted her. But she said that the boy named Hayato is very good, but it will be difficult with the presence of many girls. Akane feels embarrassed because her mother wanted to tell her that Hayato will be a wonderful husband for her. In the evening, he was sitting by the sea alone, but Akane came to him. She asked him to come back because dinner was ready, and also thanked him for helping to change her mother's mind. She hugged him and said that she would make coffee for him all his life. He became ashamed and asked her to stop insulting her boss at work. After a while, he gave the girls money at the end of the month. Ami wants to buy some new weights for training. The rest of the girls want to buy some new clothes. Meanwhile, Hayato said that the student's life is really fun. He envies them for that. He also said that if he sells this cafe, he will have a very good life at the university. The girls started making fun of him because he really can't sell this place, and Aoka started asking him about the good life he wants to live. She said that he wants to get a girlfriend, so she said that there are 5 girls in this cafe, so he can choose a girlfriend from among them. He gets angry and says that why should he choose. Meanwhile, Akane comes with an iced coffee for Hayato because it's too hot. Then he suggested the girls to work during the summer break in order to raise a lot of money. Ami said that she was ready to work. Then he said that he wanted to open a cottage on the beach in order to expand the range of services of the cafe. He said that there is never a holiday until it's time for the festival. Everyone is shocked by this proposal. After a while, he told the girls that he had received permission from the Federation to build a beach hut. Everyone was happy that the plan was going well, but Aoka asked him how much he had spent for the construction. He said that he has spent enough money for 4 months from now on construction. Everyone is shocked by this answer, but he was very excited and said that he would bet everything for the success of this project. The girls said that in order for the project to succeed, it is necessary to do promotion on the internet pages. For this, they have become planning for great and distinctive ideas in order for the project to succeed in the fastest possible way. Then the girls started planning to make an outfit that would be suitable for working on the beach. Aoka put on a suitable outfit for the summer, but Hayato never wants to look at her, so he gave her a knockout blow and said that she was sick. At that moment, Riho quickly ran away. She quickly went to her room for something important. But when she came back, it was a big surprise. She was wearing summer clothes. These clothes are never suitable for work. So Hayato was shocked by this behavior and asked her to stop messing around. The situation has gotten out of control because all the girls have become flirting in a strange way with Hayato. Meanwhile, Akane was returning home, but she was thinking about changing the name of her band to the one that Hayato had suggested earlier, which is Girls with Untidy Mustache, a very funny name, but Akane wants to make it the main name of her band. She went back to the cafe and said she was really going to change the name of her band to that funny name. He asked her to help him get rid of this mess. Then they made ice cream with watermelon flavor. They planned to sell more of them at the beach hut. Aoka wants to try her taste, but Hayato blocked her because he has to take some photos of her first in order to post them on social networking pages. And he actually took some pictures, but Ami jumped towards her, and now the picture contains Ami's stupid face. The problem is that Aoka ate from the ice cream, and now the best picture to promote this product contains Ami's face. So Rio suggested a new idea for the photos. They went to the beach in the cafe's waitress uniform, but Ami was putting on that stupid freshness. Hayato got angry and asked her to stop this annoying behavior, because this is work. And actually she did it, but she went to the sea. She wants to have a little fun. Also the other girls imitated her actions, so Hayato was feeling frustrated and desperate. But a new idea came to him. He took a picture of them at sea. He posted all the photos, but it was a surprise. The photos had gone viral on the internet. People have come from everywhere, and so this project has succeeded in a wonderful way that has exceeded all expectations. The place was so full of customers. The orders are so many that Riho fainted due to fatigue and exhaustion, and also because she saw Hayato talking to Akane in a strange way. When she lost consciousness, she was dreaming about her childhood memories. She was asking an unknown person not to leave. This person, I think, is her father. Then Hayato took her to rest a little. He asked her to be careful while working and also said that she should not work in such a big way that she lost consciousness. She became comfortable, so she asked him to stay with her for a longer time, because she didn't want to see those sad memories again. She also asked him to deliver her apology to Akane. At that moment, Akane was hearing everything. She just smiled in a gentle way.